Stay puff.
Stay puff. Oakley. We're doing something a little bit different today, or tonight. We're going to talk about lie angles, and then how lie angles can affect the performance of the shot.
Yes.
And we can kind of show I'll show a little bit of stuff with divots, and maybe for you to see what your lie angle is, right or wrong.
Yes.
Cool, so I've got a lie board here, and I've got another way of testing dynamically your lie angle, if it's right or it's wrong, and we'll run through that. So,
yeah, I think it's very interesting because a lot of people will sometimes tend to hit a very similar shot all the time and not even think about their lie angle. So if they might have someone like Richo who's super upright, but they might be toe heavy when they're at impact.
Exactly right.
Everything's going left, and they're trying to.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, we've got two clubs here. I mean, I know they're two slightly different golf clubs. They're both Mizuno. They're both 6-iron. They're both the same head weight. They're both the same shaft. Both the same grip. Everything's the same about them. The only thing is, a standard 6-iron for Mizuno is 61-degree lie angle.
Okay.
This one. This is the upright one. So
it's a putter.
Exactly. This is 66 degrees lie angle. So, sorry, 67 degrees. So this is 6 degrees upright.
6 degrees.
Now,
doesn't sound like a lot, does it?
No, it doesn't. But when you look at them, it's so different.
Yeah.
If you want to know, Bryson DeChambeau is something like 73 degree lie angle. So that's even more upright.
That's crazy.
That one there is 55 degrees of lie angle.
This one put my back out when I put it on the
so it's 6 degrees flat. So basically, what that means from standard, so this is our lie angle here. So the sole of the club to the shaft itself. I might show a close up of that, but
yeah,
it's literally the sole angle to the shaft angle. That's your lie angle. So it's this inside area here.
Okay.
Now, the less of the number, so that being 55.
Yeah.
The angle of the shaft is laying flatter to the ground, with this being flat on the ground. So this is laying back this way. More upright equals more that way. So Richo, you can see his swing that tends to get really high hands, gets towed down a lot. That means that the club has to become more upright for the sole to be full contact.
Yep.
And for Softy and I, we're both slightly flatter.
Similar, yeah.
We're both slightly flatter. Softy's a tad longer, but we're basically 2 degrees flat, or about 60 degrees lie angle with a 6-iron. Thereabouts. Cool, so let's hit a few shots with these things, check out the divots, and then we'll check out some ways of you seeing what lie angle you have is right or wrong.
I think talking feelings as well.
Definitely feelings.
Definitely how it feels, yeah.
Because I tell you what, I hit one of this one, the upright one, a second ago, and all I could feel impacting the turf was here. So let's have a bit of a hit, and we'll check your lie angle, see how it is, and check out the flights of these things. Yeah.
So up. Okay.
All right, guys, we're here now. Softy's got, what do you've got? You got the flat. You got the upright one.
Upright, yeah.
So you got the upright one. So what we're doing is we're seeing how Softy's impact is on a lie board. So hit a couple, mate. Hit a couple. Yeah. So what we should see with Scott's being the upright golf club is a lot of marks around the heel section on the sole. Now this is one way of checking your lie angles. I'm going to hit some balls with some lines on the balls. How's that?
Oh, I flushed it, but the wind's like quite heavy off the left, and that stayed dead straight. So that is just trying to turn.
It's probably going to move left. So what tends to happen is if the heel digs, we're tending to get the ball moving off to the left a little bit more. If the toe digs, we tend to get it going a little bit more right. So that's why it's a nice thing to have your lie angles checked.
Yeah, it's another straight one, so again, it's held up into the wind, so always going left.
Have a look at you. Yours is perfect. Your swing's changed. So you got to remember, Scott's got different, he's got a different grip now.
Different grip. I haven't been playing that much of late with the old dicky hand, but, you know.
So there's a lot of stuff. So you check out the close-up of that, you can actually see that the upright one is actually pretty bloody good for you. But again,
you don't need to change.
Correct, but you got to remember that different shafts deflect differently as well.
Yeah.
So it needs to be shaft specific. So these two being the same shafts, that's how we're doing the testing. So I'm going to draw some lines on balls, and we will check to see what they look like when they impact the face for me.
We is back.
We is back.
We is back.
So I've just drawn a straight line on this golf ball.
Straight-ish.
Well, it's as straight as I can draw it after having a few drinks.
Oh, flusher.
All right. So basically, as you can see on the face, you've got some lines, and you're probably not showing up that well, but there's some lines on the face, and you can see that they're pointing slightly more towards a toe. So if that line is directly straight up and down, and the sole is directly flat on the ground, the line should be straight up and down, yeah? Should
Sure.
be.
I'll take your word for it.
Should be. Of course, when you put it down on the ground, it needs to be straight up and down, doesn't it?
Yes.
So you need to make sure that's the case. The ball straight up and down, as you can see on these lines, it's pointing more towards the toe, which means actually the heel's down a little bit more.
Okay.
So it's more like that. And you can do that with your clubs. And you can also do it on a lie board. You can put some tape on the sole and hit some balls off a mat, and wherever it starts to gouge out of the tape is where you're impacting more often than not. So a lie board, guys, is a really good thing. Most of your pro shops should have something along the lines of, maybe you could borrow.
They'll usually pull one out if you do a fit or something, don't they? Yeah.
Absolutely. So this club's a little tiny bit short for me, but my heel's actually down, so that ball was probably a bit above my feet as well.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of things. I mean, it's not perfectly flat ground, but you're not really on perfectly flat ground when you're playing, are you?
It's just never ending with you.
So many variables, so many variables with golf. But guys, yeah, as you can see, pointing more towards the toe, which means the heel's down slightly, which means I'll probably need this flatter, even though it's very, very flat, but the ball was above me. So guys, make sure you get your lie angles checked. Make sure you get a fit. This is just one part of a fit that has determining where the ball goes and where you strike it in the face. So,
I don't need to say anything, do I?
no, mate.
No.
Yours is perfect, and
Mine's
so's mine.
perfect. I've got to go about 8 degrees
You need
upright
to go
now.
12
so.
degrees more upright than what you're used to.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, that's lie angle. That's this angle here. Make sure you go get fitted and test out if it's going to be better for you or not to be flatter or more upright or standard.
It's that easy.
Cool. Go get fit. We'll see you next time, guys.